Om Shanti, everyone. Welcome to your next normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. I've just come back from our 25-year celebrations in upstate New York, Peace Village. What a party that was. People were in a high state of consciousness. I was so happy to see my dear friend Lama Tashi Nordu and also to meet Swamiji from Pennsylvania, along with so many hundreds of other people that dropped in to just visit and celebrate and honor the achievement of this retreat center in upstate New York, being ran by very humble, simple, pure-hearted people. And one has to think for themselves what is in their consciousness to take on such a mammoth of a project and to continue to do it ceaselessly for 25 years. And then they asked us to support them for another 25 years. Can you believe that? It's incredible. Today's next normal will be focusing on consciousness. What is consciousness? Since Sister Gita passed away, and we being able to witness the transition of a soul that gave 40 years of her life to God in service, and observing that on one side of her consciousness was the trauma of being adopted and being put in an orphanage, but then the celebration of being adopted by God and being placed in front of the world. What is the recording in her consciousness? Now, take a look at your life right now. Just take a moment to pause. Look at where you've come from. Look at where you are. And get quiet enough to see what your consciousness is revealing is in your future. It's fascinating, isn't it? Just take a moment. What have you been through? Is your past filled with joy or with struggle? What's the recording in your consciousness? What are you conscious about? What are you alert? What do you remember far too easily? Why do they call things that are subconscious? Because things that you used to be conscious about, you have buried deep into the soul. It is your subconscious. You're not aware of it. So what are you conscious of now? Your money, your race, your gender, your position, your language, your country, your features, your size. Are you conscious of the food you like? Are you a vegetarian? Is your consciousness that of, I'm a vegetarian? Or is your consciousness that of, I want meat to eat? What are you conscious of? What are you aware of at this time? What have you been through in your past? What did it make you as a person today? So there are a few things. You have the past experiences that you're carrying as a consciousness. And here you are at present, the sum total of everything the soul is traveling with, all right? Okay, so you are everything that you are right now. I am everything I am right now because of everything that I've been through as a soul. And if you asked me, Sister Jenna, did anyone give you sorrow? Oh yeah, and their name is this and this and this. You're really conscious of it. And then I might ask, Sister Jenna, did anyone give you happiness and love? Yeah, and this one and that, I like that one and that one. Okay. So could you tell me in your many, many lives of experience, who gave you the most love? Huh? Who have you searched for throughout time? I'm still looking for my soulmate. Really? Consciousness, what is it? When Sister Gita took her last breath on May 4th, the consciousness within the soul decided to change the address. The consciousness did not die. The consciousness of being in the body with the name and the address and the form and the color, that died. When the soul left the body, the consciousness of the soul taps into the subconscious, the love, the peace, the purity, the truth, the light that the soul is. And for each and every one of us in the world, when you leave your body, and when I leave my body, we will see God's light. We will feel the love of that energy of God. It's a feeling that has no word to describe it. We might call it a unique experience. But the moment you experience God's vibrations, there's a love that comes over you. And that love will heal all the trauma you've been through throughout your journey of time. It doesn't matter how many psychiatrists you go to, psychologists, therapists, gurus, counselors. They can't heal the deepest memory of the soul. Only your yoga connection to God can heal that. Let me give you an example. You're married. You're at home. Maybe you've had your first or your second child, but your in-laws are also living with you. Just for example. And whenever you're interacting with the in-law, your love is suppressed. You don't feel safe around your in-law. You feel a sense of judgment, criticism, complaint or comparison. You don't feel safe in the presence of your in-law. It's hurting you over and over again. Every time you have to make that hot chapati for them and serve them, that feeling goes deep. It starts to get stored in your subconscious. There's no love here. I just want to be free with my family and live happily. And then you feel that you're in this bondage that you can't get out of. And your consciousness sees and feels that. And every day you think about it, every day. And so you nurture the consciousness of the discomfort of living with these in-laws. But you want something else. But the depths of your feelings reveal how uncomfortable and how unhappy you are. And even when they see you, and they see that you're unhappy, they're not aware that they're contributing to your unhappiness. As far as they're concerned, they're in the home of their son. I'm speaking maybe in terms of a wife and a husband, and the parents belong to the son. And when you're trying your best to be your best for you, the kids, the husband, the in-laws, you don't feel any appreciation. Where does that consciousness go? I don't feel loved here. I don't have a connection with my husband. I don't feel a connection with these people, but I'm serving them day and night. What kind of a consciousness are you going to create? And if you were to leave your body right now, what would be the energy of consciousness that you take with you? Will that consciousness continue? Absolutely. Absolutely. What you are now, you'll become. It won't be some magic wand that you'll just become a saint in your next lifetime. Look at your own life. If you don't sort out the way that you are feeling, you will keep getting what you've always got. You agree? Think about your lives. Who's in charge of the way that you want to feel as a person? Really? Am I really willing to give my power over to another person who themselves is powerless? What's going to be the outcome of that consciousness? So consciousness, when I investigate it, it's a culmination of thoughts that emerge in a person's personality based on their experiences. And there's certain experiences that they've had that's very fresh in their minds. Like in an instant, somebody can tell you who gave them sorrow in this lifetime. In an instant. And if you try to recollect all the good somebody has done for you, very hard. You don't remember. But it's stored in your subconscious. It's there. Consciousness is the living life force within the soul. Consciousness is a sentient energy. It never dies, but it goes through different experiences. You can live in a consciousness of the self of the soul as a soul. When you live in the consciousness of yourself as a soul, you live as a loving person. You're peaceful. You're thoughtful. You're intuitive. You're loving. There's a inner space. There's a lot of space in you, which in the Brahma Kumaris we call purity. Your inner space is uncluttered. You're opened. You're like, your inner space of consciousness is opened. You're not holding negative experiences, so you're pure. That's soul consciousness. And your behavior as a being that is aware of itself elevates people, inspires people, gives people a sense of comfort. Now there's another consciousness. This consciousness drains whatever you've accumulated in soul consciousness. That body consciousness, that illusion consciousness, doesn't make you remember that when your loved ones die, it's a part of nature. It will say to you, oh, I miss them. Why did they die? Why did they do that? Why did they go? And that's drainage. And the consciousness of illusion consciousness, body consciousness, drains the power that the soul has in it. Power is the ability to have wisdom, peace, purity, love. The body consciousness somehow finds a hole and starts to pull the subtle sentient energy that you've been storing up being a good person. Body consciousness will walk in a room of happy people and hate to see them happy and create misery. You know that person. There's always one in a family. Body consciousness will tell you you're not worthy, so it doesn't inspire you to do good things for yourself. Body consciousness will look at the defects of others and consider itself to be perfect and better than the other person. You get what I'm saying, right? Body consciousness robs you from an experience with God. We go to God to save us from body consciousness. In the Brahma Kumaris teachings, God has taught us, consider yourself a soul, remember me, and you're saved. That means I have a conscious responsibility to keep myself positive, optimistic, respectful, joyful, wise, pure, despite what I'm going through. And then I remember God, the ocean of love that heals whatever's going on around me. And 99.99% of the world is trapped in body consciousness. So they don't really know what consciousness is anymore. The kind of consciousness that can keep them going. Are you with me? We might have to do a few series of this one. Serve yourself. It's a space. Inside of that space is potential, capacity, joy, freedom, wisdom. I'd like to do a little meditation with you. I just want you to sit with me and contemplate on everything that I've said. And take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. And breathe out. What are you seeing in your mind's eye? What are you feeling as you turn your attention towards your interior world, your inner face? What are you feeling? Are you connecting to the real you, the spiritual part of you that's expanding your inner space, where there's peace and purity? It's a sense of freedom and joy inside. Because that's who you are. When you experience that inner world, of love, and peace, you're the closest to the God consciousness. It's in this connection between your inner world, the soul, consciousness, it has the ability to connect to God's energy of light. When the consciousness of the soul leaves the body, sometimes we say it has gone to God. Sometimes we say it will find new parents and it's simply a change of address. But the person is still here, but now in a different consciousness. Name, gender, role, nationality, but they're still here. Consciousness never dies. It changes. Can you live your life today opened to consciousness, not identifying with anything physical, but respecting everything physical and bringing love in your nationality, your language, your features, your gender, your name, your title? Can you do that? Experiment with it today. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. Breathe out. Just observe how you are feeling internally in your consciousness now. Your inner face, your interior world, your soul. Your soul is in the body playing out a part. That's it. That's all that's happening. And if now you can play the part of love, and that's the purpose of being here. The more grace, the more spirituality and virtues, the more joy, the more wisdom and subtlety that you bring to the planet Earth. That's your God consciousness. You've brought God here, because those are the qualities of God. Loving, pure, peaceful, powerful, but the ocean. Santosh, let's see what awakened intelligence is saying before I continue on. So what is consciousness according to the Brahma Kumaris? Waking consciousness, the state of awareness when one interacts with the physical world. Subconscious, the level where past experiences, memories and habits reside, often influencing thoughts and behavior unconsciously. Superconsciousness, a higher state of awareness that is connected with spiritual understanding and experiencing one's true nature as a soul. So there are soul qualities. You practice meditation, Raj Yoga. There's a transformation of consciousness that happens as a result of that. Consciousness for us is a journey of self-awareness, moving from body identification to soul awareness, ultimately to a state of spiritual awakening and connection with God, the Supreme. Wonderful, huh? We did that all in 20 minutes. Let's take a moment and enjoy the Sister Gita effect and hear what consciousness she's going to offer us today. Remain happy. This special time is time
for each and every one, each and every soul to move forward. Time is one of our greatest assets, and especially now, God and time are offering us the opportunity to become anything we wish to be. Now seems to be a time of extreme. There is a great negative force, and it's reaching its peak. But nonetheless, another greater positive force is also reaching its peak. We are in the middle of all of this, and if we do not remain connected to our soul self and the Supreme Soul, if we do that, it will be very easy to maintain stability. Otherwise, we become a little bit confused and even a little frightened. Look closely, and you will realize that a cleansing process is taking place now. All things, both in nature and in humanity, are returning to their original state of purity. In the process, it will seem that many other things are emerging to be thrown out. Despite the explosions of negativity, the underlying current is one of renewal and renaissance. The false iron time is being transformed into a time of golden truth, a culture of complete nonviolence, using spiritual knowledge about the soul and its original qualities, being purity and peace and love and joy, the knowledge of the Supreme Parent and of the principles of action. These will transform the chaos into harmony, strife into peace, and selfishness into love. Although this transformation may not always be apparent, a positive turning towards peace and balance is quietly taking place. Look, and you will see. It is time to move forward. Om Shanti.
Sister Gita's consciousness continues. Thank you, Sister Gita, who's now in a different name, form, address. Aviak signal for today: desire means distress. Desire can never make you feel good, because when perishable desires are fulfilled, they also give birth to many other desires. And this is why you become trapped in a web of desire, like being trapped in a spider's web. You're not able to become free even if you want to. Therefore, make all the souls in your connection who are in distress free from perishable desires. How do you do that? Well, you yourself have to become free. You can't free somebody if you don't know what freedom feels like. Do you agree? All right, so good morning, everyone. Very good to be in connection with our divine online family today. Janapfi, thank you so much. Rakesh Bhai, stillness within, the source of peace and all goodness. You asked Friday, what does love want you to do? A beautiful way to remember the purpose of my life here and now. Janapfi, I wish I knew your real name, so forgive me if I'm giving you a new name. Hi, Jackie Woodside. See you in California soon. Such an important topic. Yes, worth a series on this. Hi, Aditi Goel. Oh, Aditi, the future superstar of Om Shanti Village. I wish her all the best. Hi, Jenna and Bika Ramachandra, Vanessa, Kailash, Sakdev. I hope you're recovering well from your surgery. Shobha Ben, good morning. Dinesh Bhai, can't do it without you. Tamil Bhai, love your show, Sister Jenna. Missing so much to Sister Gita. Oh, yeah. You can feel her vibrations. Right, Dinesh? Travel Kwa, Sonia C. Good morning. Certified Lady. Lilawati, Divya Baba, Aunt Senshin. Good morning to you, my brother. Indu and Hildi Tulas Kumari. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining our community of next normal and just wanting to make ourselves better as a people. Remember, you can send in your suggestions if you'd like me to explore a particular topic. But I agree, Ascension, we should explore more on this topic of consciousness. I just touched a little bit. If you want to increase love in you as a person, practice loving everybody the same. Don't create this hierarchy of who you should love, who you shouldn't love. That's what's creating a lot of conflict. Just practice loving everybody the same. Some will love you more, some will love you less. That's on their side. But where you're concerned, bring the best of your love to everyone and see how it turns out. Thanks for joining The Next Normal. Take care of yourselves and Om Shanti.
From a land of ancient wisdom comes a voice for a modern generation, a voice of calm in a world of chaos, a voice of clarity in a world of confusion. Now she is bringing her unique blend of light-hearted humor and profound spiritual understanding to the U.S., the Caribbean, and Panama.
You don't start walking a marathon the first day.